Okay. The Nvidia continued to onward and upward. The Nvidia had the financial year Q4 ending January 26th, revenue $39.3 billion, up 12% Q over Q and up 78% year over year. For financial year 2025, revenue was the $130.5 billion, up 114% year over year. For the year, operating profit was $82 billion and the net profit was $73 billion. For the quarter, operating profit was $24 billion and net profit was $22 billion. Demand for Blackwell is amazing as reasoning AI adds another scaling low, and increasing compute for training makes models smarter, and increasing the compute for long thinking makes the answer smarter, said the CEO Jensen Huang. We've successfully ramped up the massive scale production of Blackwell AI supercomputers, achieving billions of dollars in sales in the first quarter, added Huang. As AI is advancing at light speed as agentic AI and physical AI set the stage for the wave of AI to revolutionize the largest industries. So the current quarter revenue is expected to be $43.0 billion plus or minus 2%. Gross margin is expected to be 70.6% plus or minus 50 basis points. Data center Q4 revenue $35.6 billion, up 16% from the previous quarter and up 93% from a year ago. Full year revenue rose 142% to record $115.2 billion. Gaming Q4, the revenue was $2.5 billion, down 22% from the previous quarter and down 11% from the year ago. The full revenue rose 9% to $11.4 billion. Professional visualization Q4 revenue was $511 million, up 5% from the previous quarter and up 10% from years ago. A full year revenue rose 21% to $1.9 billion. Automotive and robotics Q4 revenue was $570 billion and up 27% from the previous quarter and up 103% from a year ago. Full year revenue rose 55% to $1.7 billion. Next one is, so the Nvidia CEO Huang says the AI has to do is 10 times and 100 times more computation now than when ChatGPT was released. Key points. The Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang said the next generation AI will need 100 times more compute than older models as a result of the new reasoning approaches that thinking about the best to answer questions by step. The Huang spoke with the CNN's John Ford following the chipmaker quarterly earnings report on Wednesday. Nvidia reported a 78% increase in sales from a year earlier and a 93% jump in data center revenue. So the Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang said the next generation AI will need 100 times more compute than older models as a result of new reasoning approaches and think about how best to answer questions step by step. The amount of computation necessary to do the reasoning process in 100 times more than what we used to do, the Huang told CNBC's John Ford in an interview on Wednesday following the chip maker's fiscal fourth quarter earnings report. So he died. He died. He cited models including the DeepSeek R1 and OpenAI's GPT-4 and xAI's Grok 3 as models that use reasoning process. The NVIDIA reported results the top analysts estimate across the board, with revenue jumping 78% from a year earlier to $39.33 billion. $39.33 billion. As data center revenue, which includes NVIDIA's market-leading graphic processing unit or GPU for artificial intelligence workloads, soared 93% to the $35.6 billion, now accounting for more than the 9% of total revenue. The company's stock still hasn't recovered after the losing 70% of its value on January 27th, its worst drop since 2020. That plunge came due to the concern sparked by the Chinese AI lab DeepSeek that companies could potentially get greater performance in AI at the far lower infrastructure cost. The Huang pushed back on the idea in the interview on Wednesday, saying that DeepSeek popularized the reasoning models that will need more chips. DeepSeek was fantastic, Huang said. It was fantastic because it opened source to a reasoning model that absolutely world-class. So the NVIDIA has been restricted from doing business in China due to the export control that were increased at the end of the Biden's administrations. Huang said that the company's percentage of revenue in China has fallen by about half due to the export restriction, adding that there are other competitive pressures in the country, including from Huawei. The developers will likely search for ways around the export controls through the software, whether it be for a supercomputer, a personal computer, or a phone or a game console, Huang said. Ultimately, software finds a way, he said. You ultimately make the software work on whatever system that you're targeting, and you can create a great software. The Huang said that the NVIDIA's GB200, which is sold in the United States, can generate AI content 60 times faster than the version of the company's chip that sells to China under export controls. The NVIDIA counts on $1 billion of infrastructure spend annually from the largest tech companies in the world for an outsized amount of its revenue. The company has been the biggest beneficiary of the AI boom, and revenue more than the doubling in 5 straight quarters through mid-2024 before growth decelerated slightly. Okay, next one is this. The Amazon Web Services unveils Ocelot quantum computing chip. The Amazon Web Services has unveiled its Ocelot chip based on a hardware-efficient quantum computing architecture. The Fernando Brandao, an Oscar painter of AWS, said in a blog post that a pair of silicon microchips that compose the Ocelot logical qubit memory chip represent the company's first-generation quantum chip and could reduce the cost of implementing quantum error correction by up to 90%. Ocelot represents Amazon Web Services' pioneering effort to develop from the ground up a hardware implementation of quantum error correction that is both resource efficient and scalable. Based on supercomputing the quantum circuit, Ocelot achieved the following major technical advances. So its first realization of the scalable architecture for bosonic error correction, surpassing the traditional qubit approaches to reducing error correction of RAD. Its first implementation of a noise blast gate, a key to unlocking hardware efficient and error correction, is necessary to build scalable, commercially viable quantum computers. and it offers fast performance to offer a superconducting qubit with bit flip times approaching 1 second in tandem, as with a phase flop times over 20 microseconds. We believe that scaling Oslo to full-fledged quantum computer scalable are capable of transformative societal impact would require as little as 1/10 as many resources as common approaches, helping bring closer the age of practical quantum computing, said Brandano and Painter. The quantum performance gap. The the quantum performance gap. I think I need to move the next one. The ARM eyes expansion in Korea with AI designs for IoT devices. The ARM Korea President Hwang Sun-wook speaks during a press conference at the Plaza Hotel in the Jeong District Thursday. Korea Times, followed by Nam Hyun-woo Anna. The chip architecture giant ARM announced its latest platform for edge artificial intelligence for Internet of Things IoT devices in Korea on Thursday, expressing hope that a new solution will empower various AI-powered IT devices and home appliances developed by client companies here. During a press conference in Seoul, ARM Korea President Hwang Sun-wook revealed the ARM v9 Edge AI platform, which includes the Cortex-A320 CPU and the Ethos U85 neural processing unit design and related architecture and software tools to help developers produce their chips and other solutions. Edge AI refers to processing AI tasks directly on devices such as smartphone, autonomous vehicles, home appliance, and sensor without relying on the remote server. And so the importance of Edge AI is growing. The more IoT devices are powered by AI and increasing the workload for AI in the cloud are pushing the such devices to handle AI tasks locally. In the areas of smart homes, smart cities, and industrial automation, the importance of Edge AI has grown, and device makers are expecting ARM to drive the entire ecosystem, Huang said. To meet industrial expectations and maximizing Edge AI, the new ARM v9 platform will be introduced. According to the ARM, the ARM v9 platform delivers an 8-fold improvement in machine learning performance compared to the Cortex-M85-based platform the company launched last year. The new platform comes with the latest Cortex-A320 CPU design, which is specifically optimized for IoT application due to its power efficiency. The Cortex-A320 takes advantage of ARM v9 architecture features to deliver a 10-fold improvement in machine learning performance and 30% of scale performance uplift compared to its predecessor, the Cortex-A35. The said the Cortex-A320 CPU completes the company's CPU portfolio, which spans from the ultra-efficiency models for IoT devices to performance-oriented ones for servers, offering a wide range of options for partner companies. The Huang said that he expected the client companies will begin making physical chips using Cortex-A320 from 2026, but they will not likely require the most advanced fabrication processes such as 2 nanometers. So also a number of clients are now evaluating the Cortex-A320 and those U85 designs, which are with possible applications for various appliances and chips. Regarding the questions about ARM's plans for a license-free fee hike, Huang said he is not in a position to answer, but added the ARM aims to support the success for its Korean partner companies. We have many customers in Korea using the ARM solution. The proportion of users in Korea is probably the highest in the world. Startups are building and validating their solutions and products on this foundation, developing competitive product, and using that as stepping the stone to enter the global market, Wang said. Our goal is to ensure the success of our partners. In January, Reuters reported that the ARM is developing a long-term strategy to hike prices by as much as 300%, potentially affecting chips and smartphone makers, including Samsung Electronics. Okay, next one is SK Hynix reportedly hit 70% yield in HBM4 testing. The SK Hynix has reportedly reached a significant milestone in its pre-production trial by raising the yield rate of the 6th generation high-bandwidth memory HBM4 to 70%. This achievement strengthened the South Korean semiconductor company's position in the competitive HBM4 market as industry observers eagerly await its next moves. According to the South Korea's ET News, citing the industry sources, SK Hynix 12-year HBM4 has attained a 70% yield in testing, a metric that heralds a robust production efficiency once mass product manufacturing commences. The company has reportedly imposed that exacting the standard across each phase of the 12-year HBM4 testing process. Insider note that the close of 2024, the year surpassed 60%, and recent strides have further bolstered this figure, with improvement unfolding at a notable brisk pace. The 12-layer HBM4 is set to leverage SK Hynix's 5th generation 10 nanometer class DRAM 1B process node, a technology already proven for its performance and stability in the 5th generation HBM3E. This established foundation facilitates a smoother path to the consistent yield. The Korean media outlet the project that a 12-layer HBM4 is poised for a swift transition to mass production. Following the completion of the proprietary technology and development and evaluation, SK Hynix plans to produce samples for client validation, paving the way for full-scale manufacturing upon approval. The speculation abounded that this 12-year HBM4 is tailored for NVIDIA's forthcoming AI accelerator, the Rubin series. Initially slated for a 2026 debut, the Rubin timeline may accelerate, with some analysts predicting the production as early as the latter half of 2025. According to the Korea's news, the SK intends to initiate a large-scale production of each 12-layer HBM4 in the second half of this year, and the plans to supply 16-layer variants by mid-2026. The collaboration with TSMC. The shift to HBM4 introduced heightened complexity as the base chip linking GPUs and the HBM now require advanced logic processes to accommodate bespoke client specification. To address the SK Hynix has opted to collaborate with TSMC, harnessing the Taiwan's foundry cutting-edge logic frontier capabilities rather than producing the base chips in-house. In an interview which published in February 26 by SK Hynix's news center, Han Kwon-han, Vice President of the HBM Integration Technology, underscored the scaling challenge ahead. He noted this year's flagship 12-layer HBM3E compared to its 8-layer predecessor demands a greater technical prowess, a trend that is only intensified with the successive HBM generations. The analyst surmised that SK Hynix sent a concerted effort to stabilize the 12-layer HBM4 yield at likely driven by the needs of this marquee client, NVIDIA. So should SK Hynix succeed in aligning production with the NVIDIA accelerated schedule, it could deliver the 12-layer HBM4 ahead of expectation, reinforcing thus its stature in a high-stake realm of advanced memory solution. The next article is the SK Hynix CEO Kwon No-jung said stakes are high in AI evolution. Kwon No-jung, the chief executive officer of SK Hynix Incorporation, has emphasized the critical role of the South Korean semiconductor industry, saying the stakes are high in the face of the rapidly evolving artificial intelligence. Reflecting on my time in the Semicon Korea 2025, I'm reminded on the immense responsibility we carry as an industry. Kwak wrote on his LinkedIn account Thursday. As the AI continues to evolve, it's evidence that the stakes are higher than ever. The posting that came after Kwak highlighting the crucial role of the semiconductors in global economics and national security in a speech delivered Wednesday at a leadership dinner of Semicon Korea 2025, an annual trade show that kicked off the earlier event in Seoul, bringing together some of the 500 global chip makers, equipment, and provider and material suppliers. During the event, Kwak has met with industry leaders including the Luc van den Hove, CEO of IMEC, a European chip research center, and Dirk George, the Netherlands Minister of Economic Affairs. South Korea experienced an unprecedented downturn and is now facing a big wave driven by the rise of AI. He told reporters after the leadership dinner, "I think South Korea will get on the wave well." Under Kwak's leadership, SK Hynix has successfully capitalized on the AI boom, particularly with its high bandwidth memory, a key component for graphic processing units. The chip giant has played a pivotal role in the HBM GPU supply chain led by the NVIDIA Corporation and Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC. Okay, next one is the Intel says the 18A process is ready to tape out confirmed for the first half of 2025. Can Intel's first 2-nano class process node save the day? To what it matters? The serving tech emphasis for over. Okay. Text instructing. Yeah. What it matters. As Intel chip design and foundry businesses are facing mounting the pressure that could jeopardize the company's future, machine is riding on the success of its upcoming 18A node. As Intel finalizes the latest semiconductor process, the 2025 will be a decisive year for its effort to legitimize the foundry division and regain the competitiveness against TSMC and Samsung. Intel has announced that its 88 process node is ready for third-party clients with the tape-out design finalization set to begin in the first half of this year. The node is expected to introduce advanced semiconductor features ahead of product featuring TSMC's N2 process, which is set to debut in 2026. Shorter for the 18 angstrom or 1.8 nano, and the 18A promises a 30% increase in chip density and a 15% improvement in the performance per watt compared to Intel 3. The company plans to use the process for its upcoming Panther Lake Raptor processors Clearwater Forest server CPUs, and both which are expected to launch before the end of the year. One of the 18A's most significant innovation for backside power delivery through a power via, so the power moving the coarse pitching the metal and bumping to the die's rear and implementing the nanoscale through silicon vias. Intel aims to improve ISO power performance by the 4% and increase the standard and cell utilization by 5 to 10%. The another key, the advanced in the ribbon fat, Intel takes on a gate all-around transistor technology. This design enables final control over the electrical current, reducing power leakage, and an increasingly critical the college challenge as chip become smaller and more densely packed. The TSMC is also reading a gate-all-around architecture solution for each 2nm N2 node, but volume production isn't expected to begin until late 2025. The first consumer product featuring N2 likely won't arrive until at least mid-2026, and TSMC plans to implement the backside power delivery with its A18 node the same year. A recent report comparing 18A and N2 suggested that Intel's node may offer higher performance while TSMC's achieve greater density. After trailing its competitors for years, Intel has a chance of providing semiconductors that could outperform TSMC's in certain tasks and reach the market sooner. If A18 is successful, it would provide Intel's foundry business with a much-needed victory amid deep financial losses that have fueled speculation about potential breaks-up or sale. The company recently reported a staggering $13 billion loss for 2024, while TSMC posted an operating profit of $41 billion. Given Intel's financial struggles and a growing concern over domestic U.S. chip suppliers, some have been speculated that TSMC could play a role in stabilizing the Intel's foundry. Apple responded to tariff threat with the $500 billion U.S. investment plan. The company says it added to any 1,000 U.S. employees over the next 4 years and launch a new server factory in Houston. The Apple has announced plans to invest more than $500 billion in the U.S. over the next 4 years, including the hire 20,000 new employees and launching a new server factory in Texas. The announcement was teased full after a meeting last week between CEO Tim Cook and President Donald Trump, and comes with that company tried to mitigate the business impact of the Trump's trade tariffs, with a 10% tariffs already in effect and goods imported from China, and a 25% tariff threatened for chips. The announcement echoes an Apple made in early 2018 during the first Trump administration. At that point, Apple has also promised 20,000 new jobs as part of $350 billion spent in the U.S., alongside a new campus in Austin, which is still under construction, and the company successfully appealed for tariff exemptions for some of its product, and a new U.S. investment may be a way to ensure the further production from Trump's new charges. The Apple has not confirmed how many of the new investments were already planned before Trump took office. The company announced a new concrete elements of the increased U.S. spend. The most significant is a new factory in Houston. It's set to open next year, which will produce servers to power Apple Intelligence and the company's suite of the AI features. The Apple says this factory alone will create 1,000 of jobs. Though in addition, Apple to doubling its $500 billion $5 billion and U.S. Advanced Manufacturing Fund to a $10 billion. Launched in 2017, the fund is intended to support world-class innovation and high-skilled manufacturing jobs across America. In this case, it means Apple making a multi-billion dollars order for chips from the TSMC factory in Arizona. More generally, Apple says that over the time of the Trump administration, it will be hire 20,000 new employees, with the majority focused on R&D and silicon engineering and software development and AI and machine learning. It will also open an Apple Manufacturing Academy in Detroit, in which Apple engineers and other experts will offer consultations to local businesses to implementing AI and smart factoring, smart manufacturing techniques, along with free classes for workers. So we are bullish on the future of American innovation, and we are proud to build on our long-standing U.S. investment with this $500 billion commitment to our country's future, said Cook in a statement. From doubling our advanced manufacturing fund to building advanced technology in Texas, we're thrilled to expand our support for American manufacturing, and we will keep working with the people and companies across these countries to help write extraordinary new chapter and history of American innovation. The Apple's most recent announcement on U.S. investment was 2021 promise to spend $430 billion over the following 5 years, including 300 employees campus in North Carolina, through the development on a project has since paused. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your time.